we are programmed to think that we own our spouse. If I date you, you're mine. And the second that you're not mine and you go with somebody else, you're showing me that you're not mine. So I don't even care to help you. Good luck. Right? And that's the problem. But when you're dating
It's called
somebody,
immaturity.
yeah, but if I'm dating a girl and I'm like, yo, I really rock with you, and it also depends on how you break up too. That's a whole nother conversation. But if I'm like, I really rock with you, but you know what? I'm this way, and you don't do well with people who are that way. So I'm not gonna hold you back and try to keep you here. I want you to do better. So I'm gonna go up. It's not about getting you out of my system because you're here forever, and I'm there forever. It's really just about like, yo, how can I help you and how can you help me?
But so, and again, my question is like, realistically speaking, what does that look like? Because let's say you're dating someone, y'all were certainly friends before y'all started dating, y'all break up, a mutual breakup or whatever. It's on decent terms. Like, is there a separation period?
There shouldn't be.
Well, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I'm trying to
You said the what?
understand.
It shouldn't be. Like,
So I'm trying to understand what it like literally looks like, because I think people what we're saying may not create
Yeah.
an
I
accurate
get you.
vision of what it is for the audience.
so I can only speak from my perspective, from my experience, right? And it kind of goes back to what he was saying. When there's when you have a friendship, a genuine friendship with each other, and y'all start dating, this is probably the only way I think that this is possible, right? Or probable, most probable, I should say.
Yeah, probably.
Right? And then you guys break up. So you were friends before, genuine friends before, however long that may be. Then you date seriously, then you break up. Somebody has to still be the person to keep the consistency that you guys had as a friend, right? So if we spoke, in my personal experience, we spoke 3 to 4 times a night, regardless a week, right? So even if I was upset or she was upset about the breakup, the other person is still making that call. And when you care about that person, you're going to pick up, unless you're really petty, which is, again, different. So when you care about that person, you pick up, and it kind of just eases you back right into the same, friendship that you had prior to the breakup and the dating that you did. And then what ends up happening is what Dave said, life starts to happen within, whether it's a month, 2 months, however long, and you start noticing that, hey, what's wrong? Like, something's up. And then they start talking to you about the person that they're trying to see, or seeing. And then, they ask for your opinion, because at the end of the day, I don't believe that people trust easily in today's world. So those that you do trust, you actually seek their opinion on new situations before you even, or validation on new situations before you even fully dive in. You might have put your toe in the water, but you ain't jumped in the pool yet. And before you jump in the pool, I might ask the only person that I trust, hey, is the water cold?
Just going along to try to be friends right after our breakup, answering your late night phone calls and asking you about,
Your day?
How's your day, kind of still feels like we're still there.
It blurs the line.
It blurs the lines. It kind of
So
seems
you don't
like
have sex for 30 days.
the breakup didn't really happen because we on the phone and we chopping it up like we usually do, even though maybe we're not saying I love you, even though we're probably not saying like having sex. It just kind of still feels unfinished for me. So I feel like talking about dating other people and getting into relationships or like talking to other people, I feel like that friendship with your ex will now become a problem in your new relationship, because just like, damn, you still talk to your ex like that? Like, and I feel like, will you completely give this new relationship a chance being that close still to your ex, that you just feel like now you guys are friends? I feel like you would still have those same kind of feelings that you never really gave yourself time to get over. I feel like it's very unrealistic to feel like you can just jump back into that old friendship that you
I
had.
think it depends on. I can agree, but it would depend on how long we're talking was this relationship. If we're talking, we were friends for 2 years and dating for 5 years, it's gonna be a lot harder because you have a 7 year history with this person. But if we're talking about you were friends for 4 years and dating for 6 months or a year, it like the odds are that you weren't going to be together. I think people get comfortable, and that's why friends date each other, because I'm comfortable with this person. This is somebody who knows me,
Absolutely.
and this is somebody who I can be open with and honest with, more likely than not throughout whatever has happened and transpired in my life for the time frame. So that's why I feel like best friends or close friends end up tending to date each other at some at some point. Now, although I don't think it usually lasts because there's a reason why they were a friend to begin with, right? Um, that's why I don't think it typically happens where they have a long relationship. Now, I agree. If this girl I'm talking to says like, yeah, hey, I've been dating this person for 3 or 4 years and now we're friends, and he's giving me advice, it'd be a whole different ballgame.
But
I
that's
don't think
why
it could
the
work for me.
cliche saying, well, it seems cliche. But like when you go into relationships with your friends and they're like, oh, this might mess up our, friendship and we might not be able to get back to it. I mean, that's why people say that, because even if you tried dating for like a couple of months and it didn't work out for whatever reason, like some people find it hard to like go back to being that
Friends after.
like friends after, because it's just like, damn, like this is somebody I dated and it just did not go well.
Dave,
So-
are you friends with anybody that you used to smash?
All of them, almost all of them.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. It's a guy thing.
Right? No, and I don't think it's a guy
And
thing. So I'm not saying that.
happens all of the time, but I'm just saying
Just
that
leave me fucking hanging.
No.
I don't live that life.
I'm with you. I'm not saying it's just a guy thing because the same way I'm friends with these women are friends with me, so it goes to them as well. They're on that type of time, and I just feel it becomes a point of the knowledge you bestowed upon and you apply yourself, because I have yet to be with a girl that was a good friend of mine and then we started dating. I'm good friends with women that I didn't know, and I just feel like my intentions are different. And I think that plays a big part of a relationship. What are your intentions when you get into this relationship? You can't say your intentions is to be a good man to this woman, and then she doesn't give you she doesn't reach your expectations, and then when y'all break up, then you want to shit on her and wish her the fucking worst. Because then you're not a man of integrity, and then why was you really here in the relationship? Because if I'm seeing you, Aaron, and we break up, and it doesn't matter what it is, if my intentions were to be a great man to you and we break up because you did some foul shit, even though I might not like it and appreciate it, and my intentions is that I want to see you do good, and what can I do for you? Because there's women that I'm not with that I give work to, they make money with me, they call me about their stuff, and they around me. The girl that I said, the Jewish girl I was with, my ex girl, which was the black girl, I would go. Well, that's what she said. Well, the Kenyan and Jamaican. I would when I was with her, she'll be out doing her thing, and then the Jewish girl that I was with.
no cutsies.
Right.
Okay, Dave loves everybody.
Oh, right. The Jewish girl that I was with, we'll hang out. We'll meet up like once a month, once every other month, and we'll meet up. And then my girl will call me at the time, which her name is Cynthia, and she'll be like, "Hey, what?"
Nice.
Right?
Huh?
The black chick, right?
The Jamaican, and she'll be like, where are
I
you?
remember her.
Right. She was like, yo, where are you? And I would say, I'm over here with Mallory eating and this and that. Take a cab and come meet us. And she'll, right. And yes. And she hung out with both of them. And it's just like that. Listen, my birthday parties, my birthday dinners I do in my house, I have like 3 ex-girlfriends, 2 girls I was dating. They're all in the house having fun, enjoying each other's company, taking shots and being friends. Nobody's being catty. Everybody's having a good time.
Hugh Hefner.
No, it's not about being Hugh Hefner. I'm just talking about, it's about maturity, because I generally look forward to being a good man to you. And whatever you do, that's your problem. I know what I was looking forward to be. You want to be a bitch? That's on you. That's on you. Like, I'm not going to be a bastard because you want to be a bitch, because how can I show you something different if I'm going to be exactly like you? So somebody got to break the cycle. Somebody got to break the pattern. And the problem we having here on this reality is that somebody gets hurt, and then they meet somebody and that person's good to them and they hurt that person. And then that person ignorant enough to not hurt somebody else. And nobody's saying, yo, you know what, stops with me.
You have people who go into relationships to use the other person.
It's a fact.
To people go into relationships to take advantage of somebody else because they've already identified, because a lot of times certain personalities can hone in on like weaknesses in other people, So it's like, it's a got you as soon as you identify that person. So I think there are a lot of people. I mean, I don't know what the numbers are or whatever, but I'll just say that
Find out.
I don't think that like everybody enters
Relationship with good intentions.
I don't want to call it a relationship, like
a situation.
Most people go into relationships seeking security.
Mm-hmm.
wanting to make sure that there's some compatibility.
Or someone to fulfill an empty void.
That's what I was gonna say. I think that majority of people date. If we talk about security, it's only security within themselves. But I would think that a lot of the security is more so a security to trump their insecurity. And that's now I get it. Right? So most people in today's time, I feel, date with the narrative to trump their own insecurities. So like let's say if I dated Amanda and Amanda told me I was a jerk, a narcissist, a gaslighter, those are popular words in
You've heard that before, I'm sure.
That we started.
everybody's
It didn't
heard.
take Amanda to
I
say
didn't heard
that.
it. I didn't heard it all over it, But now let's say I won't say Erin, she's married. I go and I date Naisha. Now I want to show Naisha a different
Married.
side of me where
kidding.
I won't get called a narcissist. I won't get called all these different things that Amanda called me, just to prove to myself that I'm not those things, subconsciously and consciously. And especially, I heard this a million times in my life. Somebody was dating somebody where they felt that they weren't good enough. So they go and date somebody where they feel like they are actually above that, right? So I really think, again, a lot of people are dating for self in different ways, shapes, and forms. And that's why I think it's so hard to be friends with somebody who you dated because you were dating for yourself. Now, if I use Dave, for example, well, I'm friends with a lot of my exes, and especially girls that I just smashed and I didn't date. I'm friends with majority of them, right? But like Dave is like, I'm not here to just date you for my own cravings. I'm not here to date you for my own insecurities. I'm here to date you to actually put some type of benefit to you and to your life as you are to me. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. There's no hard feelings, but I still want the best for you. That's the hard part. Because when you're dating for yourself, you don't even care about the best for somebody once y'all break up. Once you break up, it be fuck you and your mama.
But why? But does it?
And
No, wait. But does it really happen?
I was just quoting. I wasn't.
Who were you quoting? Miss Campbell over here?
I was quoting both of you.
Our relationships should be mutually beneficial.
I agree.
And that goes for any relationship, whether it's you and your parents, you and your partner, hell, you and your kids. Like everything has to be mutually beneficial, because if it doesn't serve me, why am I here?
Well, I'm not going to say that about my kid now.
I don't know. I feel dangerous.
Again, if it
Violence
don't
YouTube
serve
is
me-
about to be up.
Why? Because at a minimum, you need to go get the remote control.
You
My
don't
daughter-
serve me.
At a minimum,
My daughter will
at
be
a
on this
minimum,
podcast
you
in one
need
more
to be
year.
able to go get the remote control.
I will have
Period.
Violet right here in 12 months. A break,
Listen,
Wait,
I'm
but we're
serving
talking about
a lot of
breakup.
people, and they serving me as well.
But we're talking about break up. So we were dating seriously.
Yeah. I'm talking about living with someone or just dating someone, being intimate with someone and breaking up with them and telling them, hey, don't do A, B, and C because I'm advising you that you did this to me and I didn't like that. So if I didn't like him, I'm not saying what I don't like, he might like. Or you might like, it's still, I'm telling you, I didn't like that. So be mindful, take this consideration, just think about it. So if this experience occurs, manufactures in your near future with this individual, at least you could take a second and take a deep breath and say, how am I going to interject now in this reality? Because I remember having the same episode multiple times, because a lot of times in the future, the things that happen in your life, in your relationship, conjure up again in another relationship to see, did you really learn what you needed to learn? Did you really understand what you needed to understand? So when this position happens
Are you
again,
gonna attack
what
it this
actions
time?
are you going to take? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to go through experience and or you're going to compromise your integrity? Like what are you going to do? So you heard me say this many times before, all of y'all here. Like I never worry about being with a woman and her using me for whatever reason. It comes to a point that I know what I'm doing, to a point that there's nothing you could do that could use me now because I know what I'm doing. So I'm showing you, at this point, showing you compassion, and I'm being good to you because I'm letting you know that there's still great people in this world that want to see this world evolve to the benefit of the whole. So you could think what you want. Just because I take you to a nice dinner, I bought you an outfit, or I pay for something. If you go to your friends and you be like, oh, this guy's my safety net because I could use him and this and that, you could think that. And I don't really care. I'm doing this straight because I like it. This is what I like to do, and this is what I'm always going to do. And the day that I feel like I can't do that for you because you're not honoring that, I just stop. I stop doing that for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you can always call me. Any woman could call me and say, "Hey, Disco, I'm having a problem, and this and that. What do you think?" And I'm gonna take. I will give 2-3 hours of my life to be on the phone to hear what you gotta say.
Wait.
Wait,
2,
did you say
3?
2-3 hours?
Yo, he's been bugging this whole time. Y'all just let him go.
Not the
Like,
2-3
wait,
hours.
No, I'll give you. I listen. I will give time to hear you out to have the conversation because listen, I don't know if people know that the more people we could have being loving and more positive in this world, it's going to help all of us collectively.
Does.
You know what I'm saying? So if we got people running amok, being stupid and ignorant, doing stupid shit, it affects all of us.
But I have one question.
And
It
it
affects
does.
all of us.
Wait,
We
no.
all wanna
No,
interject
wait.
and say
No.
something.
Yeah.
Go ahead, interject. Go ahead. I'll take a sip.
Somebody gotta be the
I just have
sacrifice.
one question. Does that take 3 hours on the phone?
Okay.
Well, I don't know what you're going through. It might take 4 for you.
Jesus.
Oh, Lord. I'm
Can't
gonna
be
have
on
to
the
charge
phone that
you.
long.
I just feel
I
like
can.
if you give 2-3 hours of your time to someone you used to date,
Just make it a
about-
reference.
I mean,
An
but
hour.
2-3
I just
hours
can't relate.
that is time, and I just feel like
What's wrong with that?
I'm gonna have to charge you for the session.
I'm just saying. Listen. I'm good enough for you to open your legs to me, but I'm not good enough to sit there on the phone with you for 3 hours. There's something wrong with that.
because you're giving that to them.
Okay, and
I'm not saying that like don't help not to help them with their problems, but don't let it take 2-3 hours of your time.
But the
You're
thing
like,
is
you're
they-
not like let some boundaries happen.
well, what boundaries? I'm okay with that. If I don't have time, I'm going to tell you, hey, I can't talk to you right now. Call me later on at this time and we can have this conversation. I'm not compromising my reality for you. I'm saying I have the time and I could give you that time. So if I gotta go on a date and you call me and I'm seeing you and you're going through something and you're like, hey, I gotta call you. Listen, I gotta go pick up somebody right now. Call me later, and you're gonna know who I am. So you're gonna say, I know I could call him later. He's gonna give me that time.